नमस्कार. जय श्री कृष्ण. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर, श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा. Enunciating text 22, text 23, text 24 and text 25 of chapter 16, Jay and Vijay cursed by the sages of third canto, the status quo, Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 22. धर्मस्य ते भगवतस त्रियुग त्रिभिः स्वैः पदभिष चराचरमिदं द्विजदेवतार्थं नूनं भृतं तदभिभाति रजस्तमश्च सत्त्वेनो वरदया तनुवा निरस्य. O Lord, you are the personification of all religion. Therefore, you manifest yourself in 3 millenniums, and thus you protect this universe, which consists of animate and inanimate beings. By your grace, which is of pure goodness and is the bestower of all blessings, kindly drive away the elements of Rajas and Tamas for the sake of the demigods and twice born. The Lord is addressed in this verse as Tri Yuga, or one who appears in 3 millenniums, namely the Satya, Dwapar and Treta Yugas. He is not mentioned as appearing in the 4th millennium or Kali Yuga. It is described in Vedic literature that in Kali Yuga, he comes as Channa avatar or an incarnation, but he does not appear as a manifest incarnation. In the other yugas, however, the Lord is a manifest incarnation, and therefore he is addressed as Tri Yuga, or the Lord who appears in 3 yugas. Sridhar Swami describes Tri Yuga as follows. Yuga means couple and 3 means 3. The Lord is manifested as 3 couples by his 6 opulences or 3 couples of opulences. In that way, he can be addressed as Tri Yuga. The Lord is the personality of religious principles. In 3 millenniums, religious principles are protected by 3 principles of spiritual culture, namely austerity, cleanliness and mercy. The Lord is called Tri Yuga in that way also. In the age of Kali, these 3 requisites to spiritual culture are almost absent, but the Lord is so kind that in spite of Kali Yugas being devoid of all these 3 spiritual qualities, he comes and protects the people of this age in his covered incarnation as Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is called covered because although he is Krishna himself, he presents himself as a devotee of Krishna, not directly Krishna. The devotees pray to Lord Chaitanya, therefore, to eliminate their stock of passion and ignorance, the most conspicuous assets of this yuga. In the Krishna's consciousness movement, one cleanses himself of the modes of passion and ignorance by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, as introduced by Lord Chaitanya. The 4 Kumaras were cognizant of their situation in the modes of passion and ignorance, because although in Vaikuntha they wanted to curse devotees of the Lord, since they were conscious of their own weakness, they prayed to the Lord to remove their still existing passion and ignorance. The 3 transcendental qualifications, austerity, cleanliness and mercy, are the qualifications of the twice born and the demigods. Those who are not situated in the quality of goodness cannot accept these 3 principles of spiritual culture. For the Krishna's consciousness movement, therefore, there are 3 sinful activities which are prohibited, namely illicit sex, intoxication and eating food other than the prasad offered to Krishna. These 3 prohibitions are based on the principles of austerity, cleanliness and mercy. Devotees are merciful because they spare the poor animals, and they are clean because they are free of contamination from unwanted foodstuff and unwanted habits. Austerity is represented by restricted sex life. These principles indicated by the prayers of the 4 Kumaras should be followed by the devotees who are engaged in Krishna's consciousness. Text 23. Na tvama dvijottam kulam yadi hatma gopam gopta vrushaha swarahanen sa sunruten tarah yeva nanshati shivastava devapantha loko a gruhishyada rushabhasya hitat pramanam. O Lord, you are the protector of the highest of the twice born. If you do not protect them by offering worship and wild words, then certainly the auspicious path of worship will be rejected by people in general who acts on the strength and authority of your lordship. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita by the Lord himself that the acts and character of great authorities are followed by people in general. Leaders of ideal character are therefore needed in society. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in this material world just to show the example of perfect authority, and people have to follow his path. The Vedic injunction is that one cannot understand the absolute truth simply by mental speculation or logical argument. One has to follow the authorities. Mahajano yena gataha sa panthaha. Great authorities should be followed. Otherwise, if we simply depend on the scriptures, we may sometimes misled by rascals, or else we cannot understand or follow the different spiritual injunctions. The best way is to follow the authorities. The four Brahman sages stated that Krishna is naturally the protector of the cows and Brahmanas. Go Brahman Hitayacha. When Krishna was present on this planet, he set a practical example. He was a cowherd boy and he was very respectful to the Brahmanas and devotees. It is also affirmed herein that the Brahmanas are the best of the twice born. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas are all twice born. But the Brahmanas are best. When there is a fight between two persons, each of them protects the upper part of his body, the head, the arms and the belly. Similarly, for the actual advancement of human civilization, the best part of the social body, namely the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, the intelligent class of men, the military class and the mercantile men, should be given special protection. Protection of the laborers should not be neglected, but special protection should be given to the upper orders. Of all classes of men, the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas should be given special protection. They should be worshipped. When their protection is performed, it is just like worshipping God. That is not exactly protection, it is a duty. One should worship the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas by offering them all kinds of endowments and sweet words. And if one has no means to offer anything, he must at least use sweet words to pacify them. The Lord personally exhibited this behavior towards the Kumaras. If this system is not introduced by the leaders, then human civilization will be lost. When there is no protection or special treatment for persons who are devotees of the Lord, who are highly intelligent in spiritual life, then the whole society is lost. The word Nankshati indicates that such a civilization becomes spoiled and is annihilated. The kind of civilization which is mentioned here and which should be followed is of the demigods who are supposed to be fully fixed in devotional service or Krishna's consciousness. That is the auspicious path that should be protected. If the authorities or leaders of the society do not give special respect to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas and do not offer them not only sweet words but all facilities, then the path of progress will be lost to human civilization. The Lord personally wanted to teach this and therefore he offered so much praise to the Kumaras. Text 24. Tatte ana hrishtamiva sattva nidher vidhit soho kshemam janaya nija shakti bhirut dhrutareha nai tavata त्र्यधिपतेरबत विश्वभर्तुस् तेजः क्षतं त्ववनतस्य स ते विनोदः. Dear Lord, you never want the auspicious path to be destroyed, for you are the reservoir of all goodness. Just to benefit people in general, you destroy the evil element by your mighty potency. You are the proprietor of the three creations and the maintainer of the entire universe. Therefore, your potency is not reduced by your submissive behavior. Rather, by submission, you exhibit your transcendental pastimes. Lord Krishna was not reduced in his potency by becoming a cowherd boy or by offering respect to Sudama, Brahman, or his other devotees like Nanda Maharaj, Vasudev, Maharaj Yudhishthir, and the Pandavas' mother Kunti. Everyone knew that he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Yet his behavior was exemplary. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Satchidananda Vigraha. His form is completely spiritual, full of bliss and knowledge, and it is eternal. Because the living entities are his parts and parcels, originally they also belong to the same quality of eternal form as the Lord, but when they come in contact with Maya, the material potency, due to their forgetfulness, this existential constitution is covered. We should try to understand the appearance of Lord Krishna in this spirit as the Kumaras pray to him. He is eternally a cowherd boy of Vrindavan. He is eternally the leader in the battle of Kurukshetra, and he is eternally the opulent prince of Dwarka and the lover of the damsels of Vrindavan. All his appearances are meaningful because they show his real characteristics to the conditioned souls who have forgotten their relationship with the Supreme Lord. He does everything for their benefit. The force exhibited in the battle of Kurukshetra by the desire of Krishna and through the agency of Arjun was also necessary, because when people are too irreligious, force is required. Non-violence in this respect is rascaldom. Text 25. Yam Vanayora damam dhisha bhavan vidhatte vrittim nu va tadanu manmahi nirvyalikam asmasu va ya उच्छेद तो ध्रियताम सदंडो ये अनागसौ वयम युन श्महि किल्बिषेण. O Lord, whatever punishment you wish to award to these two innocent persons or also to us, we shall accept without duplicity. We can understand we have cursed two faultless persons. The sages, the four Kumaras, now reject their cursing of the two doorkeepers Jay and Vijay, because they were now conscious that persons who engage in the service of the Lord cannot be at fault at any stage. It is said that anyone who has implicit faith in the service of the Lord or who actually engages in transcendental loving service has all the good qualities of the demigods. Therefore, a devotee cannot be at fault. If sometimes it is found that he is in error by accident or by some temporary arrangement, that should not be taken very seriously. The cursing of Jay and Vijay is here repented. Now, the Kumaras are thinking in terms of their situation in the modes of passion and ignorance, and they are prepared to accept any kind of punishment from the Lord. In general, when dealing with devotees, we should not try to find faults. In Bhagavad Gita also it is confirmed that the devotee who faithfully serves the Supreme Lord, even if found to commit a gross mistake, should be considered a sadhu or saintly person. Due to former habits, he may commit some wrong, but because he is engaged in the service of the Lord, that wrong should not be taken very seriously. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.